Hi everybody, I'm here for my second ever Tea Time Rewind video, and the reason I'm kind of coming to you like this, holding my laptop like I am, is because I did the challenge of stacking my books, and so I wanted to go ahead and do this, show this to you guys really fast before I started the video, so that I can not have to, so then if it falls over during the video, I won't have to restack it or anything. So I decided to use only Harper books. So as you can see, this is all the way up and down, and it is 37 books. I want to actually, let me just make sure of that actually while I'm thinking about it. I'm fairly sure I counted correctly. Alright, so starting down at the bottom, I made a nice base with big laptops, big hard covers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 4 is 4. I didn't realize that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Oh my gosh, it almost fell over. See, if I had just waited a little bit longer. So I'm probably going to keep my hand on this stack for right now during the video. Alright, hi. Hi everybody. So yeah, I got it to stay up for like a few minutes because I had to start up the program, my webcam program, and do all of that first. So let me go ahead, I'm just going to stop this. Alright, so first things first, what I want to talk about is what I'm currently reading. And since I just did my first Tea Time Rewind video the other day, I haven't really had a whole lot of time to actually read much. So I'm only a little bit further in A Blind Spot for Boys by Justina Chen, and that should be fine. By Justina Chen. And on the eGalley side, I read the 40-page sampler for Atlantia by Ali Condi, which is coming out in November. And then I just started reading Bleed Like Me by C. Desir, which is her second book. Her debut came out last year, called Fault Line, which I haven't gotten a chance to read yet, but I was really excited for it, so I'm excited to actually get an opportunity to read her writing here in Bleed Like Me, which I'm really enjoying so far. I'm like 25 pages into it, so it's not terribly far, but also I wanted to thank Margot and Aubrey for saying my name in this week's Tea Time. Of course, I read off everybody's names who did a Tea Time Rewind video last week, but it was still such a thrill to actually hear my name be said in the Tea Time, which I actually got to see live this time, because A, I remembered, and B, I was able to do it right before I went to work, and they ended it right at the time I had to leave for work, so it was just perfect timing. What have we got to talk about this week? Okay, so favorite bookstores. Of course, I grew up with Barnes & Noble and Borders, so I love them a lot. I've bought a lot of books from them over the years. And but in terms of independent bookstores, I didn't really grow up with a lot of independent bookstores just because I just didn't know about them. And so it's only in recent years, as I've been a blogger and attending book events and stuff, that I've come to know some amazing independent bookstores. So I'm going to list off 6 of them. 5 of them I've actually been to for an event, and then the 6th one is the one that's located in my current city right now. The first one is from my hometown of Alexandria, Virginia, and that's Hooray for Books, which I absolutely love. They are simply fantastic. They host a lot of wonderful events, and the staff there is extremely nice, which is actually true of all of these ones, but so I love going there. It's just a really fun place to be. One More Page Books in Arlington, which is kind of next door to Alexandria. Fountain Bookstore in Richmond, Virginia. Flyleaf Books in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And Blue Bicycle Books in Charleston, South Carolina, which I've only been there once, and that was for Y'all Fest last November, and I'll be going there again this year for Y'all Fest. So, but what I got the impression of the store, I'm amazed that they are part of such a fantastic young adult huge event, and their store is just, I mean, it's a beautiful store. It's, really is, and of course the staff is fantastic. So there's that, and the sixth place is in my current city of Lynchburg, Virginia, and that is Givens Books, and they're actually a standalone facility. A lot of independent bookstores are, usually in like a plaza, or they're surrounded by other businesses, and but this is a standalone facility. It has a bookstore, it has a toy store, it has a used book section, and a coffee shop. I mean, it's amazing. So, so there's that. So I love all those bookstores, and they're simply fantastic. Favorite zombies from books and movies. I actually don't really read a lot of zombie-related things or watch a lot of zombie-related things. So the only things, I came up with one for each. And on the book side, it was The Forest of Hands and Teeth trilogy by Carrie Ryan, and the various short stories set in that world. She writes such a creepy, world, and they're such fantastic books. I really love them. On the movie side, I saw Warm Bodies, which is based on the book, which I've not read, but I did really enjoy the movie. But for me, when it comes to kind of like horror sort of things, first off, I generally stay away from it in general just because I'm easily scared. But if I do read something, it's usually like something involving ghosts or possessions or haunted houses, things like that. Like those things, I love those sorts of things. Those things, captivate me. Or like voodoo and things like that. Witchcraft. Love witchcraft. So there's that. And the final thing talking about this week is our favorite young adult series. I, like Margot and pretty much everyone else probably in the YA community, I read Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo really recently. This is actually a sampler copy that I got. I don't actually own the book. I got it from my library. But I absolutely loved it. I love the whole series. It's just fantastic. It's just some great, I love magic and books, and, she sets up this wonderful world, and the ending was just so interesting, and, kind of, in a sense, kind of came out of nowhere, but it made sense, I feel like, and, it was just really good. So I just loved it, and I'm really, really excited to read whatever else she comes out with. My second is The Girl of Fire and Thorns series by Ray Carson, which, is fantastic. If you haven't read it yet and you love fantasy, go out and get it. It's blurbed by the fantasy queen, Tamora Pierce, and it's just fantastic. Her world building is so fantastic. Her characters are amazing, and you really, get to know them over the course of the 3 books and root for them and all of that fun stuff. And it's just fantastic. So I just absolutely loved it. And then my third one, and again, this isn't really like a top 3, because I could probably think of so many others, but these are the 3 that kind of popped in my head right away. This series actually ended a few years ago, but I absolutely loved it just because of the fact that it was the series that kind of introduced me to young adult books and series as well. And that's the Princess Diaries series by Meg Cabot. And I started reading them, I think, about the time the 4th or 5th book actually came out, so I got to, read up to that point, and then I read each book as they came out in, the years after. And that was really the first young adult book that I picked up, and or at least knew that it was a young adult, a contemporary, current young adult book. And Meg Cabot is one of my favorite authors. I love her so much, and she's introduced me to so many other fantastic young adult authors like Michelle Jaffe, Susan Juby, and Louise Renison, and you know, I'm eternally grateful to her for that. And so the Princess Diaries series ended, but it's actually continuing next year. If you missed the news, there's going to be an 11th book being released, and as well as a spin-off series, which is fantastic. And so next summer, I think we're getting Princess Diaries 11, and then a middle grade spin-off series that has to do with the event of Princess Diaries 11, and a 7th Mediator book. So lots of fun stuff to look forward to from Meg Cabot. So so that's all I've got, and then there was the challenge, but I showed that at the beginning. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.